to eat less sugar. Those that are even older than 40, it's extremely important to have enough protein in your diet. Literally could eat sugar non-stop. I'm not gonna I can't even tell you. Like, I think to learn about your body is one of the main points. I have like few things that I really love and I kind of repeat. I think anything is a habit. You're never gonna be in shape. So detoxify and it feels like the alcohol is leaving my body. What's up, ladies? As promised, I'm sharing more of wellness content, what I do, what I eat, how I work out, and etc. I'm so happy to restart my YouTube with like a new fresh breasted, right? I feel like I have finally like a lot of energy to share with you, because after a birth of Aurora, like it took me a second to just finally feel like myself again and just generally like have established routine with her. And I just feel like this first year, it's just going by so quickly that I needed to like soak in all the little precious moments that I have with her, okay? Anyway, today is a fun video. I will be chatting with you about what helps me personally to eat less sugar, how do I approach it, how do I balance it, how just generally how I eat and what's my relationship with sugar. I think it's a quite important topic if you want to stay in shape, also for overall health as well. So stay here. Will be a lot of tips and just generally sharing with you the thoughts and my diet and everything else. So stay here, let's get right straight into it. Well, I want to start with how much we all love sugar, right? There's no one person that doesn't like sugar, me included. I love it. I love desserts. My favorite dessert actually is chocolate ice cream. I absolutely love chocolate. I generally love like bars of chocolate, especially in the evening time. Feels like I really need that taste. I always say I eat everything, and that's the truth. I eat absolutely everything. The only thing I don't eat in my diet is red meat. I don't like steaks, and it's not something to do with sort of beliefs. I just don't like the taste of it. Well, I gotta be honest with you, growing up, I've been eating a lot of meat. In my culture, we eat a lot of meat dishes, and I never really been crazy for it growing up. So as I grew up and I had choice of my own what I want to eat, because honestly, like growing up in the household where mom cooks, like she just would cook one meal and she wouldn't like negotiate with me what I would eat. So it was just like you eat that or you don't eat at all. So I kind of eat a lot of meat dishes growing up and I never liked it. And then as I had a choice growing up, I steered away from it. And to this day, I'm really not so crazy about it. I do eat like prosciutto and mortadella, like all of this like kind of cured processed meats, but I don't like the texture of actual meat. But anyway, we're not here to talk about meat, about sugar. So I'm coming from a background of modeling where I used to diet a lot, and obviously in dieting culture, sugar is an enemy. And it's true. Sugar is an enemy to weight loss, to overall health. If you overeat sugar, it's not great for you. But I'm a believer that well-balanced, healthy diet is not just about nutrition, it's also about making yourself happy mentally. Sugar is a pleasure, right? So I think if you are approaching it mindfully and you know how to work with it and how to balance your diet generally, I think sugar can be in your life, incorporated in a way that it doesn't harm you and you're not really fighting with it, okay? And this is how I do it. So point number one, tip number one, which is increased intake of good carbs, carbohydrates. Despite the fact that I eat a lot of simple carbs like white bread and white rice, I love it, I love sushi, but it is true that good carbohydrates, they are better for you. And they actually, in my example, what I experienced, I used to be strictly, when I used to model, I used to be strictly on no carb diet, which let me tell you, I had an insane cravings for sugar. Like I was dreaming of sugar. I was waking up thinking of it. I was going to bed thinking of it. I was always thinking of sugar. And I felt like this craving never was going away. And whatever I would have like cheat meals, which I personally don't have that anymore, I literally could eat sugar nonstop. I'm not gonna I can't even tell you. Like I could eat a whole cake by myself, or I could eat a whole pint of like ice cream by myself. I don't have it anymore. Like now, if I have like a cup of ice cream, like a little cup of ice cream, like I feel like it's enough. Sometimes I don't even finish it because I just don't want it. So I feel like establishing a healthy balance of good carbs in your diet is absolute must. If your body craves a lot of sugar, there might be not enough of carbohydrates in your diet. This is for those people that are on a diet, because I see a lot of now girls in the diet culture that go after no carb diet, and I absolutely do not believe in this. This does not work in the long term. It is give you a quick results, but it's not sustainable and it's not doable for everyday life. So I think working smart, not hard, is important here, and establishing good carbohydrates in your diet is a must for stopping sugar cravings. Okay, this is tip number 1. So we're going to tip number 2, which is kind of within the same family of diet. We are increasing intake of proteins and fibers. So proteins, obviously it's fish, it's chicken, it's meats. For vegan proteins, it's chickpeas, lentils, and etc. So increasing amount of proteins, A, will make you feel fuller. B, it also helps you to retain your muscle mass or even gain your muscle mass, which helps you also to burn more calories. If you work out and you like pump it, it definitely throughout the day like takes much more calories to recover for your muscles rather than when you don't have muscle mass. So proteins are extremely important, especially for girls that are already getting over 30. You're only starting to lose muscle mass. I mean, I think after 40, it's like you're really starting to lose it. I think now it's like from 30 to 40, it's my time to like really work on the muscle mass I have. For those that are even older than 40, it's extremely important to have enough protein in your diet, not to lose muscles, to gain muscles, and just generally to keep you fuller. That's also prevents you from overeating and also craving sugar. Next tip is practice mindful eating. This is extremely important because I think to learn about your body is one of the main points in order to achieve a good body, not jump in weight, be balanced in your head. I think when you understand and you can work with your body rather than working against it is extremely important. Watch when you crave sugar, like what triggers you eating more sugar. For instance, for me, whenever I'm stressed, annoyed, or nervous, I want to eat chocolate. Around my period, I always want to eat chocolate. And let me tell you, I'm okay with that. I allow myself to indulge into chocolate on this like time frames in the months that I know I crave it. And I have to say, I take it as it is. I don't fight it. So I know, for instance, like I learned already, like 3-4 days before my period, like I always crave sweets. I always crave chocolate. I try to help myself to make healthier choices, like not to buy some like processed chocolates from like CVS or something like this because it's there. I try to like stock my home with sweets that I love. Don't buy sweets that just for it to be healthy. Like find the one you actually like. I find, chocolate that is healthy. Like for example, huge chocolate I love with like cashew butter inside. I love it so much. So I buy all these healthier sweets to have it at home. So if I eat them like throughout the day, I don't feel as gross and as like, I don't know, it just feels differently. But let's say if I go out and I have like a dessert, a regular dessert, and I indulge into it and I treat myself, I don't beat myself up for it. So I kind of learned already when my body craves certain things. So I have to say I'm more calmer in my mind and I'm kind of made peace with it. If you crave sugar nonstop every single day and it's never ending, there must be a deeper reason for it, and you should definitely first do a blood work as well, and then look maybe in all other tips that I'm mentioning in this video. Next one is plan your meals. This one is important. As I always say, like I don't have like a specific plan of meals, like what I'm gonna eat tomorrow, but I kind of like have an idea. I mean, I'm such a repeater. I eat kind of the same things every day, I gotta tell you. Like in the morning, I love my like banana bread. I love omelette. I love crabs, like the French crabs, that's similar also in my culture. So I have like few things that I really love and I kind of repeat, and like I'm okay with that. I love repeating things. For like lunch, I sometimes, you know, have like the same salad repeating, or like avocado toast. I love avocado toast with like a smoked salmon on top. Like this is my go-to. So I kind of have like things that I love and pre-planned, and I think that helps me to know what comes next. I personally don't love snacking. I think snacking kind of, for me, leads me to overeating. Even so, you know, sometimes they say that actually snacking is helping you not to overeat and prevent overeating. But for me, I just feel like whenever I start with snacks, I can't stop. Like if I just have there a bag of nuts, I just keep going with nuts. But with that being said, I also always come mindfully to it. Like if I'm around my sensitive time of the month and I'm more hungry, I don't deprive myself a snack. Like I'll have a protein bar, or I'll have the yogurt, or I'll have an extra avocado toast. As I said, I don't deprive myself, but snacking is not something that is on my daily routine unless I really feel like I need it. Having a little bit of understanding which approach to eating you have. I mean, for me, it helps like a time framing. Like I rather have like a good meals, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's something that I always do lately, and it helps me, and it's also like focusing in between better like on other things, so I don't have to think about eating. So plan your meals. I think I also want to mention to reduce or remove the sweet drinks from your daily habits. I have to say I did that switch, and I think that it definitely helps not to crave as much sugar. Also, just overall, it's easier to stay in shape when you don't drink sugar drinks. I love this drink that I have it in my fridge, a sparkling drink called Spindrift. This is not sponsored, just sharing what I love truly. It has a little splash of juice, so it's really low in sugar and calories, and it's really satisfying. It is not sweet, so you kind of have to expect that it's not going to be sweet. It's healthy, it's clean, and I have it in my fridge. I have to say, my husband was obsessed with Diet Coke, and it's something I've been fighting for a few years already. Even so, like, it's his choice, his health, but I still want him, obviously, to live forever and be healthy. And I succeeded finally to convince him to switch from Diet Coke to Spindrift. So he did the switch, and I have to say he never looked back. He loved it as well. So next tip, we will go into get enough sleep, and I really mean it, because at least for me, I mean, it's also been proven by science, but at least for me, whenever I don't sleep well, I mean, first of all, I'm a mess. I don't have patience, but also on top of it, I feel like my diet always off. Like I crave more sugar, I crave more carbs generally. Like I feel like I have more food cravings than when I'm rested. So having enough sleep and well-balanced sleep is extremely important for your mental and physical health, and that also goes the same for your sugar control. And we're gonna go into our last tip, which is give yourself a reset. What that means, I have to say, I think anything is a habit, and even eating a lot of sugar is a habit too. And that's something that you have to break, this habit. So for instance, like when I come back from vacations, and obviously on vacation we all love to enjoy wine, alcohol, more desserts, more pasta, right? And it's not something I do every day at home. Like, listen, the life is very simple. If you want to eat 5 desserts a day, 3 pastas a day, bottle of wine, you're never gonna be in shape. So all these people that come after, those fitness people, that we don't eat enough or we work out too much, I mean, this is what it takes to be in shape, okay? If you don't want to be in shape, that's your choice. But if you want to be in shape, those are the rules, okay? You have to eat enough, but don't overeat it. You have to work out. You know, you have to be mindful about what you put in your body. So when I come back from vacation, I obviously on the state where I drink alcohol, I eat a lot of carbs, I eat sugar, and let me tell you, the body gets used to good things very quickly. So I feel like I crave even alcohol. Like I would go out and I would feel like I need to order a drink, like I really crave it. But alcohol generally is not something I drink on a daily basis, okay? So coming back from vacation, I always do this reset. Reset for me is something that I do it my own way. It's not something I follow. I just found what worked for me. I do a 1 week of fast in the morning. I used to fast much more often, but I have to say, as I said, like I always, like I do more of an intuitive eating, and some days I don't believe that every day you need to eat the same amount of calories. Like some day I eat so much and some day I eat very little, like, and it's just the way I listen to my body and I just go with the flow in a way, right? So I really think that it's depending on your physical activity and which time of the month you're in, and you know, if it's cold outside, if it's hot outside, like it's all matters on your body. So it's like you really have to adjust to it. So what works for me is like I taking 1 week of fasting, and I don't do strict fasting. I still have like green juice in the morning, so it's kind of already breaking it fast. But I don't eat solid meals until probably 1 o'clock, 12:31. And that helps me to lose my vacation weight. Even so, I really start to coming back from vacation lately and don't gain any weight, because that's how well balanced my diet is, that I don't have cheat days or cheat vacations or whatever. So I eat the exact same way on vacation pretty much. As I said, was a little bit more indulgent as I eat here. So I don't feel like I'm missing out anything. So I always coming back maybe like very minimum, like 2 pounds maybe, or like 3 pounds extra. I'm kind of losing it in like a week or 10 days, but just doing fastings in the morning. I eat more vegetables, you know, I eat more proteins, I drink more smoothies. I do sauna, which is actually kind of helps you like to detoxify, and it feels like the alcohol is leaving my body. And I work out every single day. And by working out every single day, you don't have to like kill yourself at the gym. I work out, I'm not kidding, 40 minutes, 40 minutes a day is more than enough for you to stay consistent, to see results, and just to feel like you've done something and feel accomplished in a day, but not dead. You know what I mean? So I feel like having those resets helps you to reset your body, your mind, but also when you are for this week fasting, eating super clean and healthy, you cutting out of sugar, you cutting out alcohol, all of the things in a week, you reset in a way your taste buds, because your taste buds is kind of used to tasting food that is so like vibrant, right? So like over the top, that you kind of need to scale it down. So after a week, when you're gonna be going back to eating your regular diet, which is for me is everything, when I actually like taste desserts or something, like it seems almost too sweet for me. So I almost start to naturally make a choice towards things that are less sweet, that is more cleaner, that is more healthier. So it's kind of like your body reset itself and go back to the basic diet that you used to eat as well. So this is what helps me. I share these tips with you, what helps me, what works for me. I always say that what works for me might not work for you. This is just purely sharing how I think or how I approach things. If you think differently, I applaud you for your strong opinion. You are free to unfollow. I feel like whenever you touch a diet topic, a workout topic, it's also always such a sensitive topic because there's so many opinions. So I think it's important to listen to your body in the end and find what works for you. But I've done so many dieting, guys, you have no idea. And I finally broke free of this never-ending vicious cycle where I was going up and down in weight, when I was overlooking too much into my body. As I said, for me, being healthy and balanced is not just about the diet. It's also like about having an enjoyment of life together with healthy aspects. And it just, everything has to merge and come together. And I feel like this is what really healthy approach to life is about. Anyway, I loved having you here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's been useful, these little tips. If you would like to hear more tips from me, please leave a comment in the description of the video. I'll be happy to share more with you if you have any questions. Ciao!